Yo, what is going on, my friend? How you doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. For my crew members on this Gains Training Express, then of course, welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you here. If this is your first time here on this channel, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you can join the rapidly ongoing community of the Gains Training Express we have here on this YouTube channel and social media as a whole. So recently, from the progress I've made and I've shared on YouTube, Instagram and such, obviously a common question I'm being asked is, Jake, your abs are actually looking pretty good. They're looking pretty strong. They're looking pretty visible. So tell me, man, like, what's the secret? Like, what exercises are you doing? And it's like, my answer is just like, nothing. In fact, like, I haven't actually directly trained my core, in 2020 or even 2019 last year. And people are like, what? What do you mean? You gotta be having me on here. But no, legit, it's true. I probably haven't directly trained my abs in like a year and a half as of this recording, right? And in fact, when you actually look at my progress, whether it was like, me back in like 3 to 4 years ago when I used to train like an hour a week on my abs alone, right? Obviously now it's like, I don't directly train my core, but they're looking stronger and more visible than ever, right? And that's my point. Like, as the title of this video, I don't actually train my abs. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you why I don't actually directly train my abs. And I'm not saying ab training is bad as a whole, because that's completely not the case. In fact, a lot of my core strength has obviously been complemented by direct core and ab exercises. And I have all my beginner and intermediate based clients do some form of ab training and core work to actually strengthen the core, as it is very important, not just with getting stronger in fitness as a whole, but also calisthenics bodyweight training, right? But I'm just talking from my perspective right now in this current present moment, based on where I've come to where I am now. You see what I'm saying? So I'd say the first reason as to why I don't train my abs is because they get worked more than enough through my workouts as a whole. It's like, if you've watched my recent workout videos, for the upper body and the lower body, I'm focusing on heavy compound exercises, right? And so with all these heavy compound exercises, it's like the core and the abs have to work very damn hard to actually stabilize your spine and stabilize the movement as a whole, And when it comes to the upper body, it's like a lot of the strength in calisthenics and bodyweight training really relies on, the scapula, right? Rather than like the core being at the core of it all. And like with the lower body, with like whether it's weighted squats or single load squats, a lot, right, actually comes down to the strength and mobility in your hips and your ankles rather than just solely your abs, you know what I mean? So really for me, if I was to do any kind of direct ab work right now, I'd say it would kind of just be wasted energy that could really be going towards, whether it was, doing more work towards my one-arm chin-ups, planche push-up progressions, or my back squats, you know what I'm saying? Now, second reason as to why I don't train my abs is because really, like, you don't actually have to directly train your abs in order to get the benefits that ab training provides, you know what I mean? Because obviously the function of the core is to stabilize the spine. But if you're doing heavy compound exercises for the upper and the lower body, you have to stabilize your spine pretty damn hard with your core in order to actually do the exercise. So your core is actually getting a lot of work in the first place. Obviously with bodyweight exercise in particular for abs, obviously we can get a lot of benefits from, strengthening and stretching the hip flexors, right? But if I'm doing something like a full range of motion dumbbell split squat, I'm strengthening my hip flexors to a pretty large extent from that exercise. And obviously because my core is stabilizing my spine for the exercise, my core's getting stronger as well, right? And especially when you become more experienced and more advanced, obviously like recovery becomes an even more high priority, because like the amount of gains you can make as you get more advanced gets smaller and smaller over time, right? And so obviously when you're more advanced anyway, your core has a lot more strength in the first place, you know what I mean? So obviously how a beginner, like I was, like 3 to 4 years when I first began my fitness journey, or 2 years ago when I first began my calisthenics journey, obviously how I'm going to approach core training is very different as to where I am now, where my core is a lot stronger, you know what I mean? Now the third reason as to why I do not train my abs is because ab training will not solve your abdominal problem, you know what I mean? If your goal is to lose weight and get visible abs, like the problem is not that you're not doing the right exercises to get abs, it's that, your eating habits and nutrition obviously isn't in line with what is needed to actually get visible abs and lose weight with a calorie deficit, you know what I mean? When it comes to the workouts, like when you're focusing on bodyweight training and progressive calisthenics, it's like a lot of people feel they plateau because their core isn't strong enough. But really, like as I said at the start of this video, when we're looking at the upper body, like let's say the planche and front lever, like your weak link most likely isn't the core, my friend. It's likely, something the scapula, like your lower traps or even your rotator cuff, which are obviously more of the problem that actually actually need to be addressed rather than, oh, I need to do more hollow body and hanging leg raises, right? So really when you look at it from a perspective of working smarter rather than harder, I mean, if your nutrition is in place, like your abs are going to get more visible from that, right? And if your strength training program is in place, where you're focusing on the right exercises, your abs are going to get stronger in the first place. So with that said, it's like, if you can get stronger abs and more visible abs without directly working on the abs, it's like, why would you work so heavily on something that you can actually achieve without directly working on it? You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not completely discriminating ab training and saying it's all round pointless. I mean, there are a lot of ab workouts out there that I do believe really aren't worth your time, right? But as a whole, like with ab training, because I don't say they're completely pointless, because I think especially like as a beginner, they're very beneficial, even intermediate. As I said, I have all my beginner and intermediate clients strengthen their core, so they're working towards the likes of hanging leg raises and toes to bar, right? Because obviously they're going to be a lot stronger from their core, which is going to carry over to their other exercises, right? But once you get to that point, it's like there's only so much you can kind of get more from the core and your ab training as a whole, when really it's like from that point on there, as I've kind of reached my point after years of hard work, it's like you're best off just actually focusing on the exercises which are going to get the most bang for your buck. And ab training are only really like a supplementary use of your workouts rather than like the main focus. Because really that's what I was kind of getting at with the main message of like, if you're watching this video because you want visible, dense six-pack abs, right? It's, you really got to focus on what truly matters, you know, and what actually truly contributes to getting visible, strong abs in the first place. Now, ab training can help, most definitely, right? But really, like I said, if you're treating the symptom rather than the root cause and the problem, that being, you know, whether it's your eating habits, right, as to why you can't lose weight, or you're not doing the right exercise or getting stronger in your workouts as to why your abs aren't muscular enough, if that makes sense. Like, you're always just going to be spinning your wheels doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, right? Focus on your eating habits, right, and getting stronger in your main fundamental compound exercises. And the abs are just going to take care of themselves, both in terms of visibility and strength as a whole, you know what I'm saying? And before I wrap things up, I do want to mention that next video, I'm actually going to be giving a free program, a free calisthenics program that is going to be more progressive, intermediate to early advanced based, where it focuses more on actually getting towards the more advanced stages of calisthenics, right, without having to spend hours on working on your abs directly, right? So I'm very excited for that. And so obviously make sure to stay tuned for the next video of mine on this YouTube channel, so you can pick up that free program, right? And so, when I said, if you enjoy this video, you like my content, and you enjoy watching every single minute, every single second of this video, make sure to give this video a cheeky thumbs up and comment down below. What I would love to know is more your thoughts on ab training, right? I'd love to know. Comment down below, and we can all interact on the Gains Trade Express. You know what I'm saying? So, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because really you'll be missing out if you're not, right? And if you have a friend or you have friends who would benefit from this video, who are trying so hard to get visible abs but are really focusing on the wrong things, share this with them, let them benefit from these gains as well. And that's enough for me today. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, my friend, and as a crew member of the Gains Trade Express, keep moving forward. I'll catch you next time.